got it, others don't.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Well, as I keep repeating over and over again here, things are just going to get crazier and crazier from here on out. I mean, you got Pakistan blowing up into flames, Syria, Al-Qaeda being dispatched by the globalists everywhere to do their dirty work, just in front of everyone. We're taking your rights because of Al-Qaeda. Now Al-Qaeda, take over this, and this. Here's our funds, missiles, everything. I mean, it's so bizarre how naked it is. But the average American does not hold a passport, cannot find countries in Latin America, much less Asia, and literally has no idea even what planet they're on. They know all about football. They know all about acting cool. They know they're free even though they drive through checkpoints on the way home. We've got to reach out to these people and explain it's the mega banks that are doing this to you. Or the globalists are going to implode all of Europe and then implode the United States and say, we're sorry, your government has contracts with these mega banks. You must raise all these taxes and all these new property taxes and business taxes. That's the way it is to pay your debt, when most of it is not even our debt. We've been signed on to the derivatives. I mean, I'm seeing reports out of places like Greece where they're raising all these new property taxes, business taxes, you name it. Speaking of that, and then I'm going to your calls. Here's the Austin American-Statesman today. Court okays business tax. Justices say it doesn't violate state constitution. Now lawmakers can tackle efforts to reform state levy. And they've got hospital district taxes, business taxes, excise taxes, I mean, it just goes on and on. All of this under Perry, who more than doubled the size of government, who got all these new state taxes passed that are basically income taxes for folks that actually try to employ people. Inspectors, everything. And he was behind all this. And Amnesty Cities, free tuition, Bilderberg Group, NAFTA superhighways, supported NAFTA and GATT, supported Al Gore, supported Hillary Care. And I get emails going, you trashy liberal, how dare you not get behind Rick Perry? You're a liar about all that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Mitt Romney, gun control, amnesty cities, open borders, praised by Al Gore, carbon taxes, pro-abortion, hedge fund scammer. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And you get Herman Cain, Federal Reserve, New World Order wants a new two new taxes on top of everything, excise and sales. Doesn't talk about how they're going to jack up the other 9 or how there's another 9, 4 nines in there with the payroll tax. And then you get Newt Gingrich, who's worse than all of them combined. I mean, Newt Gingrich, NAFTA, GATT, part of groups calling for world government. I've read the quotes. Wrote books, wrote forwards to books, The End of the Family, Total World Government, The End of the United States, Total Tyranny, Arrest Citizens, on and on and on. Now they're on the verge of passing the bill. Rand Paul is fighting it. And I should have been screaming bloody murder all day about this. Instead, I'm just, well, yeah, they're trying to have indefinite detention, secret arrest, secret torture, secret execution, because this ties into the Enemy Combatant Act and all that, the military commission stuff. And And then I've been to the drills. I see it in the news with the military now running real checkpoints. Totally illegal. And look, the mega banks that have captured America, if you take away one thing from this broadcast, it's this. If you study history, corrupt elites always use the military to take over the country and rob the general public. That's the nature of it. It's a weapon the corrupt always want. It's like, to use the Lord of the Rings analogy, it's the ring of Mordor. And there's always somebody that wants to get it and put it on. And government can provide that tyranny, that appetite of total domination. And the giant criminal group that brings the corrupt oligarchy to power, they always want more and more and more. And they don't like competition operating. It's about total avarice-filled domination. And they have been preparing and pushing forever to bring the military onto the streets of America and to get rid of the Bill of Rights and Constitution. And now they're almost done. And they're going to stage terror attacks, new Oklahoma cities, and blame it on this radio show, on Ron Paul, and on our movement for liberty. They've done it before. They're gearing up. You've seen the memos telling Obama how great it would be with his advisors, how only a new Oklahoma City to blame his detractors will save him. But it won't be to save Obama. It'll be to save this agenda. They don't fight fair. And even if there was a real terror attack, which it is always staged when it's this type of event, or provocateur, how does taking your rights fix everything? Why, if it's statistically one of the least dangerous things out there, being killed by terrorists, why have you been taught to get all upset and freak out and have a fetish over the fear? And how did Land of the Free, Home of the Brave become a bunch of people in fetal positions, literally getting off on the fear? One time I was flying with somebody who used to work here years ago, and they would open the window of the plane and get all scared and go, and I would say, literally, I would say, stop it and close the window. And then he turned and he said, I think I kind of like it, getting scared. And that's what it is. Needless to say, I didn't fly with that person again. But I mean, I'm talking about digging into the seat going, and I'm like, you didn't tell me this. And then everything's okay, you're at 30,000 feet. Looking out the window, actually making that noise. And I looked in their eyes, I said, you're getting off on this. I guess I am. Oh, my gosh. I go out in public, and especially the trendies, they look so soft, so stupid, so childlike, so into themselves, unaware, blissfully unaware. I mean, the New World Order looks at those people and just says, we're taking them down. Increase the dose in the water. Prepare to launch military strikes on our enemies. Soon the globe will be ours. I mean, I was reading the quotes of Newt Gingrich about, I have an inexorable political power appetite. I wish to dominate and overthrow the world system and bring in the new one of total empowerment and the new awakening of the great power and the consciousness. I mean, total Albert Pike, Illuminati, Lucifer stuff. I mean, that's who we're dealing with. Just like, yeah, power is ours, rape everything. But if they're up there in their suit going, I'm your friend, Newt Gingrich will point his finger whenever somebody doesn't give up their rights, and he'll say, do you want to lose a U.S. city? And he says it like he's poking you with fear. And then everybody rises, oh, no, we're so scared. And he smiles, little goblin. They're so easy to manipulate. I mean, he's weak. He's pathetic when you see what he is. And I got to watch these little... They're like fat little goblins that spiritually drag their belly and have like pus squirting out of them and blood dripping out their noses and bloodshot eyes and they're horrible stinking spiritual flatulence, and their bellies leave like a snail trail of pus behind them. And like good people are like towering, steel giants of will and intellect, but are so naive and spiritually have that blind spot that we're ruled by little tiny goblins with little short arms and legs that can hardly move and just kind of vomit vomit stinking scrofulous. They like vomit rotten children's parts out. Bleh, and wars and black smoke, and they're dragging themselves along, and again, horrible flatulence. Just picture these creatures. And this is who we have to bow down to. I mean, with childlike, Newt Gingrich, do you want to lose a U.S. city? And everybody gets into being scared. They go, oh. And everybody's like, he's devastatingly accurate. I love being afraid. And the Republicans all just go, fear, save me, Daddy. I mean, that I'm telling you. I mean, you told old-time Americans, you better do this or they'll get you. No one would listen to you. Now everybody just literally, he's like, are you ready for this? Is everybody ready to like, have to put new diapers on? Because Al-Qaeda will get you, and all you hear is a giant, I'm sorry to talk like this, a giant flatulent sound, and they fill their diapers. And that should be the American flag, is a big fat person in a diaper crying in fear, bowing down to a little goblin. A ugly, diseased goblin with pus and warts, eating a rotten baby. Okay, up here, and then down there is the public in a diaper praying to it. I mean, that's America. A demonic goblin eating a rotten baby, defecating on the American people who are in a diaper praying to him. All right, I said I'd get to your calls. We got to. I'm sorry. I mean, this is what we're dealing with. I had a caller who was on earlier. I said I'd get back to. I'll at least get to him right now if I can find the call system. Steve in Florida, you wanted to, or was it Steve or who was it? You wanted to make a point about medical tyranny? Go ahead.
Yeah, and I invite any of your listeners to just type in Rockefeller Foundation medical schools, and you'll see right about the time Federal Reserve started, all the mega $1 million in grants that they gave to the ailing medical schools, but that was only under one condition, is that they would have to follow what they say. And that was really a transfer of their petrochemical business, the Rockefeller family, into the pharmaceutical one. And the whole motto was disease maintenance and disease expansion. And when you look at it, I think it's demonically brilliant because they've made everybody sick.
Well, they want to make normal life not regenerative, like Terminator seeds is the archetype, where the seed doesn't produce another seed. You've got to go back to them. Again, they're little demonic, spiritual, pus-filled creatures that can hardly move, so they want to make all of us like them. You understand? They see us for what we really are, powerful, beautiful creators in God's image. So they're like, all right, jack them full of a bunch of stuff, so they've got to buy everything from us to even be able to survive. Great point, sir. Really appreciate you bringing that up. Yeah, they're getting ready with all the attempts for forced inoculation. More calls coming up. Stay with us.
When the food collapse happens, if trucks stop delivering food to supermarket shelves tomorrow, what will you do? How well is your family prepared for a food crisis? How long will you survive? Getting a Biodome which produces food for you and your family year-round, even in the dead of winter, is easy, cheap, and extremely liberating. Find out how in an all-new webinar at domerevolution.com. Biodome expert Casper Postavsky shows you the 3 actions you must start taking right now to start preparing your family for food shortages and survive the economic collapse. How to quickly and easily build your own geodesic biodome. DomeRevolution.com. You'll find out how to use aquaponics to literally have an automated food supply which grows you food year-round, how to grow extremely nutrient-dense food, and use the secrets of biodynamics to restore completely dead soil. Get prepared. Watch the Biodome webinar. Go to DomeRevolution.com and sign up now.
Do you know which 37 crucial food items are going to fly off the shelves when the next disaster hits? If you don't, you and your family may be without food and waiting in long food lines after a big disaster strikes. You would be surprised how many people don't have these food items right now. 123survivalplan.com has set up a For Patriots Only video with inside information on the 37 food items that will sell out first when the next disaster strikes. The video on 123survivalplan.com has crucial information you and your family need to prepare for any disaster, natural or man-made. And you won't have to be afraid of going hungry or being sent to a FEMA refugee camp. See the video that over 1 million other smart patriots have already seen in the last 4 months. Prepare now. Go to 123survivalplan.com and learn which 37 food items you should hoard. Easy to remember, 123survivalplan.com. Again, that's 123survivalplan.com.
You don't need me to tell you that humanity is in a deep crisis. Everyone can feel it. We know it.